welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I am your distracted host, Shay Cannon. I'm an award-winning fractional chief operating officer that's award-winning to an exclusive clientele of 6 and 7-figure CEOs. However, I have a mission that includes you. That is because I want to help small business owners and entrepreneurs who are spinning their wheels and struggling to get to their first six figures. I want to show you how to make the money and create time freedom. That's make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. The annotated version, I am now living in Mexico, okay? So this whole entire segment is to go deeper with our blog talk, and we have already released that blog talk where I was frying on the rooftop to give you a great view for business value with the view. So I hope you enjoyed the pool view because, yeah, your girl was sweating, drenching. Heather wanted you to know she's cold. That's why she has a hoodie on, but it ain't about Heather. I'm just saying, I said I was hot. I'm in Mexico, okay? But anyway, what we have been talking about this week, I think is an important topic, okay? Because what we know is I can teach you all the strategies, I can give you all the tools and the tips to grow your business, to scale your business, to make it to six figures and beyond. However, unless you are consistent, you will not be successful. And for consistency, you need focus, okay? Focus, the very thing that I have not been last week and this week. And that's what gave me the idea of sharing with you the way I get back into focus. So this week we're talking about fixing your focus, but I'm saying that we're doing it guru style, because when I can't do it myself, as far as getting back in focus, I lean in to my gurus, okay? Now, on Monday, I shared with you Simon Sinek, who is one of my favorite gurus, and well, all of them are really my favorite, so you'll probably hear me say that every time. But Simon Sinek, and then I gave you 4 lessons in focus from Simon Sinek that I use. Yesterday, we talked about Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I gave you 4 methods of getting back to focus from Dr. Joe. Now, today, let me tell you, I do believe she is my most favorite. Maybe because I'm a woman and I love, what do we call them? Strong female leads. I love them because I am one, right? So Mel Robbins, M-E-L Robbins, absolutely love her. When I lack motivation, I definitely think of her first. Why? Because of my number 1 tip that I have learned from her, and that is her first best-selling book, which is called The 5-Second Rule, okay? And let me tell you, in the blog post at shaycannon.com/focus, I have her name hyperlinked to her YouTube. Highly suggest and recommend her YouTube, okay? Now, let me tell you what she's not a doctor, but what Mel Robbins believes, okay? Her 5-second rule is because she believes that motivation is bullshit, okay? She says that everybody says, oh, motivate yourself, you don't feel like doing something, motivate yourself and you'll do it. She says motivation is bullshit and you will never feel like doing it. So you might as well go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch your ass up and get it done. Okay, so that is the 5-second rule, right? You start at 5 and you count backwards. Now, why do you count backwards? Because the psychology and what our bodies are braced for in human behavior is all of our life, okay, especially us Gen Xers, okay, all of our life, we have learned about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and something is supposed to happen at 1, right? Something is supposed to happen. Us Gen Xers, we grew up with space shuttle launches, right? And we love to do a countdown, right? Some of the poor little generations under us, right? Y'all don't get to experience some of that stuff. But we used to sit around on a Saturday and watch from the television Cape Canaveral where they count it down, okay? And so we know that when you get down to 1, so there's supposed to be a combustion of action happening, right? And so she's saying, use what your body and your mind already expects, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to distractions again, because what can't happen is this phone keep making ding dings over here. Okay. But what you're going to do is you're going to envision what you need to do. Okay. And then you're going to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch your ass up and do it. Right. So let me tell you how I have a secret for y'all. I love y'all. I love servicing y'all. I love Blog Talk and I love the morning show. What I don't love is getting my ass up early. I don't love it. I don't love it. Did I say I don't love it? I do not love it. Okay. But I do know that for my schedule of servicing clients, of getting things done during the day, this is the best and optimal time for me to come to you and be consistent, right? And focused on you without interruption. But I hate it. So some mornings, you know what I have to do? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and launch my ass out that bed, right? So we spent a lot of time on the first technique I've learned from Mel Robbins, but the 5-second rule. And again, there's a book attached to that. Okay. Now, the second thing that she says is you need to break your habit loop. Now, it's kind of like what Dr. Dispenza said, which is come out of the habit of being yourself. But basically what she's saying is, what are the triggers and what are the things that cause you to be out of focus? Okay, what are those triggers? And what we're going to do is we're going to replace them with beneficial actions and get away from distraction. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So break the habit loop by, again, it's so funny because to break being out of focus, we have to focus on what is taking us out of focus. Okay, so break the habit loop. The third tip is going to be your environment matters. Now, this tip has not been given in any way, shape, or form, but it seems like duh, right? It seems like a duh moment. Like if you are distracted, look at your environment. What is in your environment that is distracting you? What did I just do? In my environment, my phone's volume was on. My phone's volume is never on all day long. Never on, right? So when I heard that little ding, I already know that's going to bother me. It's going to distract me the entire time. So what I do, turn it off, flip the phone over. Okay. Almost like I'm in a relationship. Okay. Sorry, jokes. But anyway, in your environment, check your environment for distractions and alleviate the distractions from your environment. Okay. The fourth tip from Mel Robbins is decision fatigue can cause you to be unfocused. Decision fatigue. And it's real. You have too many decisions to make. You don't focus on the decisions you really need to make. So you need to alleviate some of those little decisions, right? And so what she says is you need to simplify your daily routines and reduce trivial decisions so that you're conserving your mental energy for more important tasks, right? So if you find yourself a little overwhelmed, focus on the important tasks, right? All right, so those are our 4 strategies from Mel Robbins. Number 1, the 5-second rule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch your ass up and do it. Number 2, break the habit loop. Pay attention to your triggers so that you can manage those triggers. Number 3, environment matters. Get distraction stuff out of your environment. Number 4, decision fatigue. Take away those menial decisions so that you have the energy and the focus for the decisions that matter. All right, that's all 4 strategies from my beloved Mel Robbins. I'm going to start with Dr. LaFera. Dr. LaFera, which one of those techniques was the most helpful for you that you're going to start to do? And we're going to give Dr. LaFera time to come off the mic because I think Dr. LaFera be on her phone. She be trying to find that mute button so she can unmute herself. So we're going to give her time. There she goes.
I do. I get up early just to do this with you, Shay. You know,
thank you, Dr. LaFera.
because I don't like getting up early either.
Me either. Look, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch out of bed.
Yeah. So I guess the 5-second rule, because yeah, I like if I don't want to do something, I sit around waiting, like trying to talk myself into doing it. Like probably more than just like I would if I just said, okay, you're gonna do it now. Like, because the other stuff I kind of already do it. Like I know too many decisions, they wear me out. So I try like not to think about the other.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then I only try to think about like, okay, what's important now? Like, what do you have to do now? So I already do that. And yeah, environment, like, yeah, some people have already told me, like, I will not do clothes and all that stuff if I don't have to. Like, I will wait till my kids get home. So I just choose not to look at them. So I move myself to a place where I can kind of not look at it and I get more done. I feel better. But like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing, yeah. Because I just did that. Like, okay.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Glow. Which of Mel Robbins' techniques for getting back into focus work for you? If you can't come off the mic, put it in the chat and we'll read it out to the people. And so while Glow is typing it in, we'll go to Demetra. Demetra, which one of these is one that you feel like is going to work the best for you?
I would say getting rid of the triggers. So,
Mhm.
and also the environment.
Yes.
Yeah, a combination of both of those.
Yeah, and look, the funny thing is, as a retired teacher who is now tutoring people, you definitely know about environment because kids are easily distracted. And so you have to make sure that their environment that you're trying to teach in, it doesn't have a whole bunch of distractions so that they can focus on you. So yes.
You're absolutely right, especially if they have ADD, ADHD.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, it really plays a key role on not having too many distractions, like say on the wall, sound wise. I mean, just everything. Yeah.
Exactly. Glow has added to the chat. She's going to get rid of triggers and she's going to use that 5-second rule. Yes, Glow. Yes. All right, Miss Z, which of the 4 techniques and strategies that I shared with you from Mel Robbins you think would help you to get back into focus?
For me, it's the environment because I really I hate clutter, and my office is so cluttering that it distracts me when I'm trying to stay focused. And then the decision, lately I've been feeling like a lot of decisions, so I haven't been moving forward as much as I like. So I like that idea, the ones that just not that they're meaningful, but they're not a priority. I need to focus on the ones that's really going to have an impact. And that one, I'm a little, what is it? The first one, get out the bed.
Yeah, 5-second rule.
I kind of felt like I felt that one because this morning I felt like, do I have COVID? I don't want to get up, but I jumped up, took a COVID test, and then I said, okay, you don't have COVID, so let's get back into the routine. So here I am showing up on the morning show. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Z. Thank you. Heather, which of the 4 rules or strategies from Mel Robbins you feel like will help you the most?
For me, it's environment. Because being at home is distracting, right? But if I take myself to a coffee shop where, because I'm fed by the energy of other people, I don't need to talk to them. They're just there, right? But it takes me out of my environment so that I'm not thinking about, oh, I have laundry to do, or, do I need to cut the grass? Like, whatever other distraction could like flit about in my mind, right? It's not there because I can't do those things. I'm at the coffee shop, so I can focus better. So for me, it's environment.
Awesome. All right, y'all already know my favorite one is number 1, the 5-second rule. But our guru for today is Mel Robbins. Our 4 strategies for getting back in focus is that 5-second rule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your ass in gear and get it done. Number 2, break the habit loop by identifying your triggers and solving the triggers. Number 3 is environment matters. So make sure that your environment while you're trying to focus is distraction free. And number 4, decision fatigue, right? Save your energy and your focus for the decisions that matter. Let's talk about that for a moment. There is a reason why Steve Jobs wore the same thing every day. Steve Jobs was like, look, and when I say the same thing, I just mean he had a whole bunch of shirts that was the same shirt, a whole bunch of pants that was the same pants, a whole bunch of shoes. Well, he only needed 1 pair of shoes, but a whole bunch of socks that were the same sock. So he didn't have to decide what he was going to wear every day. He had a closet full of the same outfit over and over and over again, duplicates of the same outfit. So I don't mean he was acting homeless and would wear the very same outfit every day. That's not what I meant, okay? But basically he did this so that he can use his brain power for the things that mattered the most to him in his company. He did not want to decide what he was going to wear every morning, right? So what are some of the trivial decisions that you are making that you need to reduce the decision fatigue on so that you are just fine going your day about focusing on what you need to focus on? Now, let me tell you how I use that. Now, I myself, before I moved to Mexico, right? I created a uniform of sorts so I wouldn't have to worry about what I was going to wear. And that was simply t-shirts with my logo on it, right? So you guys can get t-shirts with your logo on it, get you 5 of them, right? Now you don't have to decide what you're going to wear. Now, today, what I have to do, because it's hot, I can't do a t-shirt with a logo on it. I have a couple of tank tops with my logo on it. But what I do now is I go ahead and pick my clothes out the night before, so that when I 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and launch my ass out of bed, I can go ahead and head for the shower and then come back and put on the clothes that I already had picked out the night before. Okay. Now, another thing that you don't have to waste decision time on is what are the tasks that you're going to do for the day? I set those tasks up before I log out of my computer, right? What is important to me right now as I'm coming out of the energy of work? What are the tasks that are important to me now? I go ahead and list those on a sticky, right? And when I wake up the next morning, I log in, it's already there for me. I don't have to decide what I'm going to do first. I decided while I was already in the energy of working. You see what I'm saying? So that can help you to focus. So what kind of way can you reduce the decisions? Okay, what way can you reduce the decisions? Now, I'm gonna go around to each one of you and ask you what are at least 2 decisions you can take away from your everyday routine so that you can focus more on what you need to focus on. But while you're thinking, because I know it's going to take you a minute, I'm going to give you some quotes from Mel Robbins' book, The 5-Second Rule, because I love how they bring in. So in case you guys didn't know, I used to be a double major of psychology and philosophy with a minor in social work. And then when I left school and came back, I was like, bump all of that because people keep telling me their problems and I don't like it. So I went into law. So I became a paralegal, right? But I use my psychology and human behavior every day, right? And I'm well versed in it. So I always love when they give me the neuroscience and the psychology behind things. So basically what Mel Robbins says about the 5-second rule, and while you're listening, you're supposed to be thinking of at least 2 decisions you're going to eliminate from your day. I'm giving you time to think, okay? But one of the things she said about the 5-second rule is if you have an impulse to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds or your brain will kill the idea. Did y'all know that? That is amazing to me, right? So I keep hearing about this monkey brain and all of that because what we know is the monkey brain is the thing that talks you out of stuff, right? It talks you out of stuff. It calls itself protecting you, but it just talks you out of stuff. Things that seem too hard, things that seem like it would take you through something that the brain feels like it's not good, because the brain is always trying to save you from any kind of stress, even good stress, right? So the psychology is if you can think of something and then do it in 5 seconds, you're most likely to focus on it and get it done, right? So that's why basically what happens is you need to think of it first and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up and get it done, right? And I might do that all day. If I have a day to where I'm just unmotivated to do any goddamn thing, but I have a whole bunch of things to give a F about, right? So I might have to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 all day, each step. Right? So I might think, okay, I visualize myself getting out of bed and putting on that outfit that I laid out last night. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up, get in the shower. Okay, I've done that. Okay, I get in the shower, I come out, I do, you know what I'm saying? I go into the bedroom, I put on the clothes that I picked out, right? Now I come in, I log in, I see the task that I left for myself the day before. I still don't feel like doing it, right? So what do? Okay, I envision myself doing the first task and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's get started with the first task, okay? So that 5 seconds, I did not know the human behavior behind it, right? So Heather says she's been setting out her clothes for years. It makes the morning easier. It does. Glow said, wow, but what if I'm driving and an idea pops in my head? Then what? You already have an action going on, Glow. So when you get to where you're going or you get to where you can do the action, think of the action again and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get started, right? So it's not about when it pops into your head, jumping on it right then, as far as it being inconvenient because you're doing something else. It's about when you're ready to do it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then launch your ass and do it, right? So that's what it's more about. Shawana said, Glow, I talked to Siri and tell her to make a note. There you go. There you go, Glow. Okay, another thing she said is the moment you feel an instinct or a desire to act on a goal and a commitment, use the rule, okay? So if you're situated to go ahead and get started, go ahead and use the rule. There's one thing that is guaranteed to increase your feelings of control over your life and a bias toward action. Okay. One thing that is guaranteed to increase your feelings of control of your life, and that's a bias towards action. Now, what does that mean? That means we feel most out of control, or we feel less in control of our life when we don't take actions as we know we need to take them. So if you can 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and take the action, right? Once you take that action, you build upon that. You keep taking action, you feel more in control of your life, right? Because you're taking the actions that are going toward the focus and the goals that you want. So guess what? You feel like you have the life that you want. What did I tell you yesterday? I told you yesterday, your life is the sum of your decisions. She's just saying it a whole different way, right? All right, the 5-second rule is simple. If you have an instinct to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds. Hesitation is the kiss of death. You might hesitate for just a nanosecond, but that's all it takes. That one small hesitation triggers a mental system that's designed to stop you, that monkey brain, right? And it happens in less than, you guessed it, 5 seconds. All right. Now, all of this time, you guys were supposed to be thinking of 2 things that you're going to remove from your daily decision making that are so routine. That's not a decision you need to be making or spoiling your energy and focus on, right? Because we're going to strategy number 4, which is decision fatigue. Mel Robbins says, acknowledge the concept of decision fatigue, which can dilute your focus. She suggests simplifying daily routines and reducing trivial decisions to conserve mental energy for more important tasks. Now, I'm gonna start with Shawana. Shawana, what are 2 things you're going to take out of your daily routine for you to make a decision on so that you can put more focus toward the big, important goals?
Hey, I'm trying to get to you. It is actually storming bad here. One of the things that I really just have to be better about doing my top things first. Like I usually make a list of a lot, but I look at my top 5. So what it is for me is I really have to stick to those top 3 and really put them in the order that they need to be done during that day.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm through, Shawana.
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw my note. Can you hear me? That's what I said. It's storming here.
Yeah,
and even for Glow, I talk to, our smart devices. If I'm driving and because we're creatives, if I have an idea, I say, hey, Siri, blank, 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 blank. But then I also say, hey, set an alarm, and I name the alarm that thing if it's that important and I'm in transit. So
love it.
That's my thought.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Dr. LaFera, what are 2 things you're going to alleviate from your daily routine so that you have more energy and more focus for the things that matter? And you all know that we're waiting on Dr. LaFera to unmute.
I'm unmuted, Shay. See? The list, putting the list together, I already do one, but in order of importance to me, I guess that would be good. So that's 1. And let's see. I guess like me going to bed earlier, I already set an alarm. I had stopped, but I'm going to do it more. And this time I'm going to set it not to go to bed, but I'm going to set it for when I need to like step away from the computer. That's what I'm going to set it for. And like, so then I'll know like when it goes off, like you're supposed to be done. It's like, if you go over, you just went over. Like you set yourself up. So I'm going to probably try to stick to that better.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Dr. LaFera. Demetra, what are 2 things you're going to alleviate from your routine so that you have more energy and focus for the things that matter?
Setting a timer on doing a task. Like I've been told, like do like work for 60 minutes and then stop and take a break, or and then do another 60 minutes, or do like a 90-minute one, and that's the task you will focus on for the day. But primarily to take that, to set the timer so I can take a woosah moment. And that woosah moment lately has been sit, enjoy lunch, and watch a movie, because I love watching movies, and I need to be watching the one that we're supposed to be doing this week, Shay, for tomorrow. But yeah, because in school we didn't get lunch breaks. We had to have our lunch with the kids, and sitting around and trying to have lunch with 200-300 kids is yeah. Yeah, that was horrific. That was a very bad daily experience times 17 years for me. So I feel traumatized from that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so yeah. Yeah. So I'm just going to focus on that one. Thank you.
Cool beans. All right, Z, what are 2 things you're going to alleviate from your daily routine so that you have more focus and time for the things that matter?
I think for the organization, for me, always searching for certain paperwork. I need to just be mindful and start being more mindful and start creating the files as I do it. I know many of you probably do that already, but that's my problem. Searching for important documents, just so as soon as I know to identify is something important, creative files. So I won't be searching ever, because that takes up so much of my time, looking through documents and things like that. And then also, because I am retired, I never thought about, I like the t-shirt thing, because I don't have to look all cute. And not say you don't have to look cute anymore, but I could just put on some jeans and a nice logo t-shirt, and that'll take me going through the closet thinking about what I'm going to wear. And I know you only said 2 things, but someone said something that I really like. It might have been you, Shay, or someone else. I need to write down the task, because I noticed that I'm always thinking it in my head, and that could be why I get the headaches and fatigue. If I just write it down, put it on my computer, I think it was you, put it on the computer, so when I start my day, I already know what's priority for me.
Exactly. So especially with a brain injury, Z, you should be making your brain work less, right? So you should be doing things so that your brain could be at ease, and it has fewer decisions to make. Like, this is really the rule for you, right? So yes, definitely write things down. Definitely get ready for the next day while your energy of this day, right? Do all of that. So that what that does is it helps you start your day off with ease, because certain decisions have already been made.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Heather, what are 2 things that you're gonna alleviate from your daily routine so that you have more energy and focus for the things that matter?
Well, first of all, when you write your tasks down, it reminds me of what someone told me a couple of years ago, and that is, your brain is not a file cabinet. So stop using it as one, right? Because it's not going to keep track of things. So write it down. And because there is such a connection between writing pen and paper and improved memory and retention, actually write it down. Like, stop relying solely on electronic means, right? Because so I'm old school that way. Even before I knew all that, like, science research behind it, my to-do list is always a physical, actual piece of paper and a pen, right? What I'm not consistent at is doing it every day. And so that is going to be a change I make, is I'm going to do that every single day. But also, I think the other one that I'm going to do is to prepare my coffee maker the night before.
Oh, okay.
Because then it has a timer.
Yes.
Right? So then when I get back from walking in the morning, it's look, I have coffee. Yay. So
love it. Love it. Cool. Before we go to Auntie Shaky, we're going to read what Glow has added. And basically she says, procrastinating on what it should be doing and do it. Just focus on me and stop making excuses for real. She's going to start taking notes with Siri for the ideas that pop in her head so she won't forget. Shout out to Auntie Shawana is what she said. Demetra says she loves Post-it notes. I do too, Demetra. In fact, being a digital nomad, like, I had to stop having so many physical things. So I couldn't do what Heather said, as far as taking a bulk of notebooks and Post-its and all that kind of stuff. Even though I still do it a little bit, but I use digital Post-it notes. I use digital post. So if you have a PC, I have a Hewlett Packard, HP. So my PC has digital sticky notes as a part of the computer. So you can search for sticky note and see if your computer has sticky notes, and you can use those electronically. But just know that Heather is right, that the actual physical act of writing something helps it to cement in your head way better than typing, but typing is better than nothing. So that's the hierarchy. So that's that. So Auntie Shaky, you came into the into the Facebook and you said, "Oh Jesus, wearing the same look every day gives me anxiety." But Auntie Shaky, come on, Leo, you a different animal, right? So it's not that you have to wear the same look every day necessarily, right? So if for you, it's probably a fun part of your day to pick out the outfit that reflects your emotion, this, that, and whatever. So that can generate the energy you need for the day. So it may be different for you. You see what I'm saying? Now, also, even with Z, like Z says, she might do a t-shirt, whatever. Z is a little fashionista too. So Z, what you might want to do is instead of doing t-shirts with the logo on, maybe you do a blouse that you like, but you buy it in 5 colors. You know what I'm saying? So you can do this thing in different ways, but for Auntie Shaky, yeah, that might not be the thing at all, because y'all see she in her come hither outfit today. But y'all know she get on this morning show and show out. But Auntie Shaky, what are 2 decisions that you're going to alleviate from your daily routine so that you have more focus and power and energy for the things that matter? And we already know that ain't gonna be your outfit. So what is it going to be?
Okay, so one is what I eat, because I spend way too much time thinking about what I'm gonna eat. So meal prep is like high on the list for me, that I don't have to think about. And then secondly is, and everyone has already said it, is knowing what I'm going to do that day. I typically I'm a person that I'm driven by my calendar, but if there's nothing on my calendar, what do I do today? What am I supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah.
So yes, so those are the 2 things for me.
I love it. I love it. Now, interesting enough, you said meal prep, because one of the decisions that are very easy for me is food, because I don't prepare it at all. So I use a chef that she has a menu that comes out every week. And so on Sundays, she releases the menu, and it's 2 meals a day that she's releasing for the weekdays, right? And so I pick 1 meal a day off of her menu. And so they're delivered. Mondays we get a delivery, Wednesday we get a delivery, and Friday we get a delivery. So Monday we get our Monday and Tuesday meal, Wednesday we get our Wednesday, Thursday meal, and Friday we get our Friday meal. So today I will be going downstairs to get my meals, right? So I choose my meals for the week on Sunday. So that can be the same as you meal prepping for the week on Sunday. Y'all know I ain't gonna prep shit, but yeah. So, and even like things like breakfast, like I've already picked out my breakfast for the week, right? So either I'm going to order the same thing, or I have a backup of something that is already available that I already know what it's going to be. But in Mexico, a traditional breakfast is chilaquiles. You either going to get chilaquiles verde, which is green, or chilaquiles rojo, which is red. And that's the sauce, right? And so I already know, it's already set in my app how I like it, extra avocado, give me my little hot sauce, all the stuff. I go on my app, I order. I have an alarm that's set that tells me order breakfast, and I go in there, I order, and before I know it, it's here. So, everybody can't eat the same thing every day, but what you can do is meal prep your breakfast, right? I have alternatives. Like if I wake up and I don't want chilaquiles, I know what I can get instead of that. On Sundays, I have a traditional French continental breakfast every Sunday as my quote unquote brunch, right? And so take some of those decisions out. Right? Take some of the decisions out. Now,
Okay, real quick, what's chilaquiles?
Chilaquiles? The whole thing, it is tortillas with scramble. Well, you can get your eggs how you want. I scramble my eggs. I get my eggs scrambled. Red onion, cream, and sauce is basically what it is. And with avocado. But I get extra avocado, I get extra egg. Y'all know I'm greedy. So yeah. So that's what it is. But yeah, that's what it is, y'all. So today was great. So just to remind you, because we talked about a lot, our guru for the day is Mel Robbins. Your 4 your 4 tips from Mel Robbins for refocusing is number 1, the 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your ass focused and get it done. Number 2 is break the habit loop. And that's all about you identifying your triggers and managing those triggers that take you away from focus. Your environment matters. Okay. Your environment matters. Make sure you have an environment that doesn't add distraction. Take away distraction from your environment so that you can focus. Help yourself out. And number 4 is what we just got finished talking about, which is decision fatigue. If you have too many decisions to make, it can dilute your focus. So take away the decisions for trivial things so that you have more energy and focus for the things that matter. All right, right at the 9 o'clock hour, y'all. So last call for alcohol. Does anybody have a question or anything they want to say before we get out of here this morning? Because tomorrow we're going to have our 4th and final guru. And then guess what? I'm going to give you my strategies that I give. And some of them we've already been talking about. Some of them I've already given you an example of, but we're going to go with our last guru. And then I'm going to give you 4 additional strategies for your focus on tomorrow. So anybody have anything before we get out of here? If y'all see Auntie Shaker looking out the window like she ain't got shit, I guess that ends the morning. So y'all have a great day. The studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.